Hey, what's up, y'all? And thank you so much for tuning in to Respectfully with Miss Pretty Young Thing. I'm your girl, PYT, and let's get into it. So, y'all, you already know what time it is. It's time for us to recap Baddies Caribbean, okay? Episode 19 just dropped. We're at episode 19. You know what that means. That means episode 20. And then after episode 20, hopefully there's going to be a break, and then it's going to be the reunion. So much that we have to talk about. So much has happened throughout the course of the week. We know the reunion just filmed. We know there's a lot of tea that has spilled since then. A lot of lies. A lot of looks inside. A lot of opinions. A lot of injuries. We're going to talk about all that, okay? So there's so much to unpack when it comes to this. It's not even funny. So honestly, before we go ahead and get into that, I need y'all to do me a favor and make sure that you subscribe, y'all. We are almost at 800 subscribers. Let's get it. We are almost there. And please, please, please turn your post notifications on so you know when I am putting up my posts. Make sure you hit the comments. Let me know what you think about this week's episode. Let me know how you feel about where the reunion is going. Let me know who your most valuable baddie is. Let me know what you rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10. And let me know what your reunion predictions are. Okay, so like I said, episode 19 just unveiled. Before episode 19 unveiled, they actually filmed the reunion. I want to say maybe 4 days ago, something like that. So let's talk about that a little bit. While I beat my face, we got this little aqua shirt on. Let's just play around with some blues and some greens and see what we get. A little under the sea fantabulous mix or whatever you want to call it. So let's get into it. So that being said, a lot of squabbles from what we hear as far as the reunion goes. So we know that DTV and Tasiki fight. I have so much to say about this, but I'm not going to say everything because I want to wait to see it. I want to wait to see it before I kind of sort of put my full opinion on it. But first, I will say this. Damn. Tasiki, you would think she had on brass knuckles. You would think that, damn, you would think that was a nigga that hit her. You would think that was a grown man that DTV was squabbling with, and she younger than me. She in her 20s, just a young 5'5" little girl that's over here tearing girls up, and it's just like, dang. She literally took all of the energy that she should have put on ET last year on DTV. Now, that's going to bring my first point, because I sincerely feel like I don't understand why Tasiki handled DTV the way that she did, but was so quick to forgive ET when ET called her molesky. When ET didn't just speak on Junior, she spoke on her whole family. And you're so easy to I don't understand. Okay, with E.T., there shouldn't have been words, there should have never been a hug, there should have never been forgiveness. Now, what I will say is this. DTV went live, and she said that she was joking the whole time, and that it's just for TV, and she's just trying to give the people a laugh, and everything like that, which I understand, for entertainment purposes. But the question is, did she mentioned, going to Nene, and saying, hey, let's do this for TV. She mentioned going to Tink Tink and saying, hey, let's link up, no bad blood. She mentioned going to everybody in regards to it. But did you not one time go to Tasiki and say, hey, I don't really got no problem against you. Let's just do what we do. I think she was joking, but she never took the time to find out if Tasiki understood the assignment as far as the joking as well. Let me know if you get what I mean when I say that, because it's one of those things where you can't sit here poking at somebody and you laughing, but you expect them to laugh too. Just because you don't take reality TV seriously doesn't mean that the next person does or doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't understand the logic between everybody else be getting the heads up, but not Tasiki. I'm not saying that she didn't, but I'm saying I didn't hear her say that she did, nor did I hear Tasiki say that she did. Okay, like she showed the text messages when she told Nunu, you know, whatever the case may be. But I don't remember ever seeing her send text messages saying, "Hey, I'm joking. Okay, this is for play. This is for fun. I don't remember ever seeing her do that. So it's one of those things where it's just like, you set yourself up for failure, Buki. Like, I love me some DTV. Like I said before, I don't watch Now That's TV. Like, y'all would have to tell me what I should catch up on Now That's TV. But, like, from the bruises that I seen, like, it looked like I saw 2 black eyes, a missing tooth. Not just the veneer cap gone, but the tooth out the root missing. Okay, a busted lip. It was just a whole lot of, like, that was the worst, like, TV resulted fight that I've ever seen. And according to Sasiki, it was like 7 seconds for 2 rounds. So how does that happen? And how I feel about that part is, I can understand where DTV is coming from when she says, I'm not mad at, like, what happened to me. I'm not mad at the result of it. I'm not mad at anything because it was for entertainment, and there you have it. But what she was upset about was Zeus not reaching out. Now, she mentioned that when she, left stage to proceed to, start making arrangements to head to the hospital because, this is a lot happening at one time, they kept calling her back to the stage. I'm sorry. Did you not see my tooth fly out my mouth? This is a woman. This is not a man. She got into a fight and she lost a whole tooth and nothing but the tooth. Okay? Like, you're not gonna tell me to go back on stage after one of my canines went flying across, and one of my incisors. Which one of these teeth was it? Y'all not gonna tell me to go back on a stage when Natalie, the head executive producer, the EP, the HBIC, is playing with my tooth. Like, no. I thought that was strange. She actually name dropped some of the people that checked on her. She said Tink checked on her. She said Biggie checked on her. She said Anna Mac checked on her. I think she said Nunu checked on her. But production didn't check on her. She's in a whole group chat with production, and they more concerned about whether or not she's getting on stage than whether or not she's okay. That's crazy. That's crazy. That gives demonic vibes. Like, y'all really don't give a fuck. If it's not about the check, then I don't care. That's wild. And it's just like, I'm not feeling any of that. Especially for it to have happened, on their clock, on their watch type situation. And it's crazy to me because it's technically their responsibility, just a tad, in my opinion. Let me know what you think about this, because remember, Nunu said it. What's the other replacement name? Kiva said it, that production was looking for someone to poke at Tasiki for almost the entire season. Poke at her, talk about this, bring up this at the dinner. See if you can get her to fight. We want to see Tasiki fight. They've been trying to get Tasiki to fight all season. Who's the one that finally make her fight? DTB. Y'all see Tasiki not in the mood for nothing all season. Y'all can't stop to ask yourselves why. Y'all can't stop to ask yourselves, is she okay? Like, she's clearly going through some things. For her to unleash all of the anger, like the leftover anger from Marsh, the anger from getting jumped on her sister's watch, the anger from everything that she got going on in her real life, the anger that she did not unlock. Remember how she had fought Jelly, and we were looking at her like she was crazy, like it was such a small thing. Now it makes me look back at that like, Tasiki, are you okay? Like, what is happening? You really beat this little girl up for no reason. So it makes me look back and wonder, like, are you good? Because if you look back at it, she low-key beat Diamond up for no reason. Diamond was talking shit on some play-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, she brought up Junior, but yes, she also apologized for it right after. So Tasiki wasn't mad about the Junior thing. No. Tasiki was not mad about that. There's not one thing in my body that tells me that she was mad about the Junior thing. Because she said it herself, she never even met Junior by that time. So she doesn't have the type of connection, like, I might think I'm wrong, that would lead to her knocking that girl tooth out. Because if she did, then she, like, I don't know. Like, the way last season played out with her and Krishan, I don't think it was Junior related. I think it was, being poked at, all together. I think it was, because DTB mentioned, I was just poking fun at everybody, whatever. But I feel like the way she went wrong with Tasiki is the only one that she went below the belt with, as far as bringing up things that was nobody's business, that was family business, that was Malone business. So it might have just been the straw that broke the camel's back. Unfortunately, DTB was the back of the camel. I don't know how else to put it. I do feel bad for DTB because she is saying that this is her last ghetto reality TV show. And I was low-key looking forward to seeing if we could finally get a now that's TV personality to come back to back for Baddies Caribbean. And it would have been DTB, but it doesn't look like that's happening no more. So let me know in the comments how you feel about that debacle. Like I said, I feel bad for DTB. I understand where she's coming from, as far as she seems like such a nice, sweet person that was simply just trying to entertain the people. But honestly, maybe she's right. Maybe she's not built for it, because you can tell that she is just joking and is just trying to appease to the people. And honestly, truly, I don't know. Is it really worth it? Was it really worth it? I don't know. If I was in her position, child, I'd be done with y'all asses too. So let me know in the comments how you feel about it. They said a bunch of different things happened. They said that that Rolly is going to be fighting ET. They said that Bianca is going to have another match with Mariah Lynn. It's gonna be a whole lot of. They said Nunu is gonna fight Adam Mack. So many different things that we're going to wait until we actually see the preview to kind of sort of put together. But let me know in the comments what squabbles that you heard about and who you think is going to win which one. How many rounds you think is going to go for which one. Or if you've heard anything in the streets as far as how these squabbles are going to go, let me know in the comments. But altruistically, I am still Team BTB. I wish her the best in her future endeavors. I understand if she wants to, calmly bow out of Zeus Network Productions because she was uncomfortable with her treatment. I understand that wholeheartedly. Like, there's not all of the money in the world wouldn't lead me to making the opposite decision. There's some people in the world that can't get choke slammed on live TV. Joshua's Cabaret. So many people in the world that can go through certain things, certain, elements of entertainment that they're okay with showcasing and they're okay with going through, even that I'm not about that life. So let me know in the comments how you feel about her decision. Let me know in the comments how you feel about what you're seeing on social media as far as that. Let me know in the comments if you feel like Tasiki went too far. Let me know. Now, do I feel like Tasiki went too far? I feel like Tasiki did what Tasiki does We just didn't want to see it because it was our, our DTB, But then at the same token, like, if it wasn't DTB, it was gonna be somebody because they were fighting so hard to make this girl fight. It could have been Jelly, but Jelly left. Jelly said, I am not going to be the punching bag. Respectfully, Jelly was the smartest person in the equation, if you really think about it. Jelly said, let me head for the hills. I ain't got time for this. My man got 2 jobs in my Rochelle voice. And she said, y'all can have it. I ain't got time. Okay? Now, I will also say that I don't understand what DTB said that was so, like, harmful for it to come to a point in time for Tasiki to, treat her worse than anybody else that she's ever had problem with. Treat her worse than Marsh. Treat her worse than, in my opinion, Marsh and the other girl should have had it worse than Marsh. Tooth should have been flying out her mouth, to be honest, because that was rage based on your sister's doing. You get what I'm saying? So I would have understood if she beat Marsh to a pulp, because it's just like, you sent this little girl for me. I wouldn't have understood it. But I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm being biased because it is DTV, like I said before, but it's still one of those things where I'm looking back and it's just like, you did her like that? Like, you could tell DTV was playing all season. You could tell. So it's one of those things where it's just like, even when she was like playing that song, line it up or whatever, and falling in the gym and all that stuff like that, like, I didn't take it any sort of serious. Like, I was having the same amount of fun she was, but Tasiki don't play that, I guess. Let me know in the comments how you feel about it, okay? Altruistically, like, as we can see, Tasiki is not the one or the two, okay? We have learned that. Hopefully, Zeus can stop trying to send people to, like, get under her skin, because it's not like, a lot of people say that Tasiki doesn't have any personality, but it's giving her personality is fighting, because that's when she comes alive. I feel like deep inside, like, she just be trying to be on chill mode, but the one way to get her to get into the only way that she'll be able to, showcase who she is and what she's about and everything like that, like, her angry side is what her personality mostly consists of, from what I see. It is, because she just be, going through, life and having all this anger built inside and trying to, like, keep it away from the public, not trying to go on Hulk smash mode all the time, and y'all just sitting here trying to make it come out. Y'all just sitting here paying people to make it come out. Y'all just, playing in the background, telling Nunu, telling Kiva to, whatever the case may be. And while Tasiki over here taking the high road, this time DTV is coming. So it was just like, it was bound to be somebody. It could have been Kiva, but Kiva came to her about something so stupid. Like, oh, well, I thought y'all were going to do better by me because you gave me the ticket at the audition. Now, if Nunu came at her like, man, you ain't ish. I thought you was a better woman than that, but I guess you just as raggedy as a friend as you as an auntie to little Krishan, and now that would have led to something a little different. But I feel like Kiva low-key scared of her too, so that's neither here nor there. Because Kiva she was not trying to scrap. Remember that episode where she was clapping in her face 2 episodes ago? We talked about it. I want to say it was episode 17. She definitely was not trying to catch Tasiki hands. I saw it. I don't know if y'all saw it, but we seen it, okay? So let me know down below in the comments how you feel about, DTV's last ride. It was giving Rocky Balboa. Not Rocky Balboa. Yes. Was it Rocky 2 or Rocky 3? When the black dude died that was joking around, living in America, It was the Russian dude versus Apollo Creed. That knockout that put him out the game. Oh my God. DTB was Apollo Creed, okay? It was giving Apollo Creed. It's giving whoever comes next from Now That's TV is Adonis Creed, aka Michael B. Jordan's character. Okay, just trying to avenge his daddy death. Okay, just trying to do his thizzle. All my life I had money and power, respect my mind or die from lead showers. He just trying to live. He just trying to get it how he live it, okay? He just trying to do what he does and do it well. That's it. That's it. But let me know in the comments how you feel about the situation. Let me know in the comments how you feel about, DTB. Let me know in the comments who you think would be a good match for Tasiki. Like I said, I'm not a Now That's TV girly, but if y'all have an idea of someone that y'all know could, should, and would be a good match for the likes of Tasiki, Latifah Malone, okay? Let me know in the comments. Rest in peace to Diamond's Tooth. Please, baby girl, go to Colombia as soon as possible. Go to your nearest dentist. I don't know if you got the type of money that could, have you do it in the United States for, that long money. Okay, but, do what you got to do, queen. You got this. Honestly, we gonna see where it goes from here. But that being said, let's go ahead and get into the past episode. So we already know episode 18 last week ended with everybody trying to jump on Bianca trying to get into the truck, go about her business. She feel like she did her big one. It's time to go home. I'm done with it. It is what it is, and it is what it is, to be honest. But Sapphire said, no, I'm not done. Get out the truck. It's time to keep going. So this episode starts off with, of course, Bianca. This episode starts off with Bianca heading back to the car. First and foremost, Bianca, she about 5'1", 5 feet 5'1", with the stride of a USA Olympic speed walker, because I don't understand how she went from the beach to the SUV so fast, but dang, she was just like, I'm done. I'm not getting jumped. Y'all on some weirdo-ish. I'm not on the type of thing that y'all on. I know y'all trying to jump me. Y'all trying to come for me. I am not getting jumped. And she went straight to the thing and started spitting again, okay? So you have Mariah and Scotty that's heading towards the sprinter on one side. You got, I think it was Jayla and Sapphire heading towards the sprinter on the other side. So Scotty, I don't know why Scotty was getting involved in that. Like, girl, that ain't got nothing to do with you. But I think it's just one of those things where Scotty kept talking about, her outfit. Scotty kept talking about how she kept spitting. Scotty was actually there when Sapphire got spat on. So it's one of those things where I feel like, this is part of Scotty's storyline a little bit, just to give a little something. So you see Sapphire sitting on the wall, basically telling her, stop being PUSSY, get out of the truck, I'm gonna give you my back, come on, get out of the truck. You see her open the window and spit towards her. Again, this is like the third or fourth time that she spit at her. Let me know in the comments, if you were Bianca, what you would have done. So a couple people saying she should have got out of the car and stopped being PUSSY. But to me, it's one of those things where, like, she would have gotten jumped. She would have gotten jumped. You got, who was there? Anna was there. Jayla was there. Sapphire is there. Mariah was there. You already know two out of the 4 names I just named wants to fight you. So now we also have Rolly that's there. We have so many different people that's there. You don't know who's jumping in for who. You don't know who don't like who. You don't know who production told to get into who what. So it's one of those things where it's just like, what direction is this going in? Who's really for me? And from what we've seen on previous episodes, ain't nobody for Bianca. Who's really had Bianca's back? Raise your hand. Nobody. So it's one of those things where it's just like, I don't know. And as for Mariah Lynn is weird because I still am trying to figure out for the life of me why she was coming for this girl the way she was. Aren't you the one? She's over here talking about something. Oh, she did me dirty. She did me dirty. Wait, she fought for you. She didn't jump in the fight that you told her not to. How did she do you dirty? Like, let me know in the comments how she did Mariah Lynn dirty. Because I'm not understanding. I'm not speaking the same English that Mariah Lynn is speaking. Maybe I don't know. She claimed to be Puerto Rican. Maybe she's speaking a whole different language because I don't understand. I'm not seeing it. I don't get it. But either or, that began the goodbye scene for Bianca. So we get Bianca's farewell. She's done. That was her last hoorah for the season, okay? Let me know in the comments how you feel about Bianca. I definitely feel like Bianca was one of the only girls who stood 100% on the business that they were trying to stand on when they came in. I feel like, you know, because the girls have already built a bond with Sapphire, that they weren't feeling it. So it was one of those things where, like, Sapphire's already a baddie. She's low-key a veteran baddie, if you want to put it that way, or whatever, based on her being here last season or whatever the case may be. So Sapphire already built a bond with these ladies, so of course they're looking at her crazy when she's coming for her. So either way, they left on that sprinter and they're heading back towards the boat. So you see Sapphire and Mariah Lynn, they're bonding or whatever, and that's when Mariah Lynn over here like, you've had my back more than she has, and I've been friends with her for the longest. You're more of a sister to me. Girl, if you don't throw away that word sister, like, I don't understand. Like, this girl has 2 blood sisters, and you want everybody else to be your sister so bad. If you don't go hug Strawberry, what's her name? That's her sister name, right? Strawberry? If you don't go hug your biological sister and stop trying to befriend the rest of these girls that really don't care about you like that, like, come on. Wasn't you just bobbing and weaving in the water with Sapphire last season, and all of a sudden that's your sister? Like, maybe because I don't have sisters and my only biological sister is not here no more, rest in peace, boo. Like, but I don't go around using the word sister like that. If I call you my sister, I see you as that. You get what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's just like, for people to just use it so willy-nilly is crazy to me. So from there, everybody's just like heading towards the boat or whatever the case may be. And they's just like, let's go back in the water. I mean, not let's go back in the water. Let's go back on the boat. So you see Sapphire putting her wig back on before she throw the hat back on. And they're getting ready to go back and do the boat or whatever the case may be. So they get back on the boat. They're telling the other girls, you know, what happened. Sapphire is like, yeah, I did my big one or whatever the case may be. Mariah Lynn get on the boat. She's like, yeah, I did my big one too. Biggie said, not Biggie, Lord, I keep doing it. Rolly said, yeah, Mariah ain't win. It was funny because it's one of those things where, like, one, we already know that from the beginning of Rolly coming back from injured reserve that she was not feeling Mariah Lynn. How do you know? The LeBron and what was it? LeBron and Kobe or whatever it was that she said. That comment where she was telling the execs or whatever the case may be that her and Tasiki need to get better treatment because they make the show and that they got the storylines or whatever the case may be. Listen, Rolly don't like you no more. Cause ever since that happened, Rolly been looking at her crazy, okay? She is not about to let that commentary slide. So she over here telling everybody, Mariah ain't win that one. Mariah ain't win that one. Mariah, like, it was so funny because it was one of those things where, like, Rolly was not about to let it slide. But let me know in the comments who you feel like won that fight, because I feel like Zeus was trying to show it from an angle that favored Mariah Lynn, but that doesn't necessarily mean Mariah Lynn won or lost the fight. Like, from the angle it was looking at, I saw Mariah Lynn swinging a lot, but what exactly connected? Like, I didn't see anything connect like that. But we know, Bianca is going to snatch a wig. So you saw, Mariah's wig over there or whatever, and you saw, the head movement, bink, bink, bink. So it gave that she, and then from what I saw, by the time they moved, Bianca still had her hair. Bianca wasn't lumped up. Bianca's face was still sitting pretty. But Mariah seemed to have all the injuries. Mariah's wig was on the floor. So I can't necessarily say that Mariah lost. I mean, Mariah won, from that one from that angle only. And two, from the aftermath that we saw. So it's one of those things where, like, I don't know. But let me know in the comments what you think based upon what we saw. Now, the angle that Rolly saw, clearly she saw way more than what we saw as far as where she was. Because where we were, all you see is Mariah hitting. Where Rolly was, all she saw was Bianca hitting. So that's why last week I said I feel like it was probably even, because we could only see so much and Rolly could only see so much. So it is what it is. Let me know in the comments who you think won. But the way Mariah Lynn was acting, you could tell she wanted everybody to think that she won, and she felt some type of way about Rolly saying otherwise. She want to beat somebody so bad. She's gotten in so many fights and is defeated. She's like 0-for-3 this season, I want to say, in squabbles. Like, literally 0-for-3. I think the only close circumstance she had was with Sapphire. And that's only because she threw her, like, she grabbed her and, pulled her towards the water. And even with that advantage, she still ain't win. Hell, even Sapphire ain't really win in their little squabble. So it's one of those things where, like, they want to say, oh, Sapphire won, Sapphire won, Sapphire won. But Sapphire won. But it's not that Sapphire necessarily won. She didn't. I don't think she did. I think it was a tie, just like I feel like Mariah and, was a tie? Bianca. So let me know in the comments how you feel about it. So basically, Mariah feelings hurt. She get off the boat. She's just like, I don't care. You over here. I lost the one friend that I had coming in on this, and you over here acting like that because you don't know what a friend is. I've been good to you. I've been nothing but nice to you, and you coming at me like this. Child, only person that's listening to her vent is Anna Mac, because everybody else stayed on the boat. Like, girl, get your ass back on that boat. Like, it wasn't even that deep for her to get off the boat. Like, she was just like, oh, I'm going to get off because I don't want to, like, she probably didn't want to say nothing that she'd end up regretting or whatever the case may be. But, girl, like you like to remind us, you are a reality TV veteran and whatnot. Bring your butt back on this boat. Talk to the girl. Let her know, listen, you saw what you saw. I witnessed what I witnessed. I don't feel like I lost. Case dismissed. And keep it moving. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Trust me, it's not that big of a deal. But, because you already know Rolly gonna talk her ish anyway. Her getting off the boat ain't gonna make Rolly feel no different about the situation. By the time she came back, it's not like Rolly was just like, my bad, boo. I was just trying to make you mad. You won. No. Rolly still felt like you lost. So what was the reason? What was the reason? What was the reason that you was being a big baby? Okay? Don't do that. So, of course, now, she gets back on the boat. Now the boat can start hitting the water. Okay? So you see them blasting music, okay, playing that Black Baddies music. Bit, we outside tonight. And the other one, welcome to Baddies. Everybody whooping everybody, okay? They doing their thing or whatever. Like, they're low-key got some lesbianism in them, because one thing about it, and two things for certain, Jayla Booty and Coochie gonna be in somebody's face, okay? And yes, it was, okay, because Tink Tink looked like she was about to grab a bite of her goodies, okay, right there on that boat, okay? She was about to drive her boat, okay? It was just a lot happening. Okay, but either or, you see them having a ball, having a good time, yada 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 yada. You can tell it's winding down in the season, because they're showing us, you know, things that are just like them finally like doing, you know. I think this season they actually, they actually did more on this season than they did for other seasons, as far as being outside, doing activities, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like it's only because they weren't getting to the bag this season. There wasn't really, you know, like, they're not international superstars to be out in these countries actually like booking shows and things of that nature, performing and whatever the case may be. Does that make sense? Like, they weren't international superstars. So anyways, the very next day you see Natalie and Rolly sitting and discussing everything. You already know they gonna talk about, oh my God, so much fighting. So they're talking about how Bianca, you know, Sapphire situation, and everything of that nature. Honestly, like, child, Natalie be acting like she don't know what's happening when it comes to these situations, but it's like, girl, you basically set it up. You're basically the one that waited on the side of the beach for this circumstance to take place, but now you're just like, oh my God, these ladies can't even sit down for a second to have a conversation. They're not trying to have a conversation, okay? You don't care for them to have a conversation. Don't act like you care for them to have a conversation, okay? So it is what it is. Rolly is feeling this wig, okay? She's really feeling this wig. She's loving this little curly, which is crazy, because remember a couple of episodes ago, at the beginning of the season, she was making fun of Anna's hair, but you got the same hair, okay, except with, you know, blonde mixed, brown mixed with blonde, you know, blonde streaks in the middle, whatever the case may be. And then your middle area is over bleached. So it's one of those things where it's just like, girl, how you gonna rock a similar look, but then try to tell somebody about themselves? Like, I've never understood how you can do what somebody else do, and then, I don't know. But Natalie's hair, I was feeling it. I liked it. It was doing what it was supposed to do. Now, Rolly's confessional look, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Let me know in the comments how you felt about Rolly's, it was like a hazel thing with like that shirt. And that shirt was very parent-teacher conference. Okay, it wasn't really complimentary to her new figure or whatever the case may be. But either or, now while they're sitting, you know, recapping, politicking, what's the word in Spanish? Bochichando, while they outside politicking, bochichando, okay? Biggie comes in and she tells them, hey, how you doing? So we're going into the city and we are going to meet my family. So you already know this was the part 2 of this episode was the Biggie documentary, okay? Going to her roots and all that stuff like that, getting to meet her family, whatever the case may be. So Natalie basically asked her, who's all going to see her family? Not you, sis. Not you. She only brought her close friends. You already know that it wasn't going to be everybody. If you thought it was going to be everybody, something is terribly wrong with you. Like, listen, no. She is not Mariah just bringing her mama everywhere to partake in everything. You feel me? So it was just Tasiki. It was honestly just Tasiki Anna. It was going to be Meatball, but we're gonna discuss that. So that's that little scene where Rolly and Biggie doing that little bachata dance because she's been teaching her. They've been practicing or whatever the case may be. Let me know in the comments how you feel about them getting closer, because honestly, I'm here for it. It's overdue, because you already know that when Biggie first auditioned, she told Rolly that she looked up to her, that she's doing big things for the big girls or whatever the case may be. And then it just didn't play out in her favor for them to even care to get to know each other by the time the season actually played out. Because Rolly just wasn't feeling her. So I'm glad to see that they finally, let that to the side. Anna made up with Rolly too. So now Biggie gonna make up with her. And now they are moving on to bigger and better things. Okay, so now they're waking up. The ladies are waking up, or whatever the case may be. The ones that are heading out, there's some that are heading out to do give back to the people or whatever, and then there's some that are heading towards Biggie's family, and then linking up and going over to the give back or whatever the case may be. Now I'm curious to see what the give back is going to be, because remember the last when they were in Jamaica, I think it was, they were giving money and just causing chaos or whatever the case may be. And it was just one of those things where it's just like, you just can't be doing that, and it just be an okay thing. Because this is, countries that aren't first, I don't know, you're in impoverished places doing cash givebacks. Kind of dangerous. So either or, they go knocking with pots and pans. You see Scotty with a skillet with cup noodles in it. You can tell these ladies are not eating in this house. And they're trying to tell Meatball to come on, get up. We're going to go to do give back. Some of us are going to give back. Some of us are going to see Biggie's family. Let's go. And she's just like, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I don't know if I want to go with Biggie, because they were arguing apparently. Y'all, when I found out why they were arguing, I was just like, oh, hell nah. Meatball, you're annoying. You're aggravating. But then I want to remind myself that Meatball is in her early 20s. I'm a decade older than this lady. So I just got to remind myself. I don't know. But essentially, they're just looking at her like, girl, if you don't get up and put some clothes on, we're going to wait for you downstairs. We didn't see you at breakfast. Slap a wig on. Put on one of your little two pieces with your little ain't nothing hats, because that's all you got to wear anyway. That same hat in 37 colors, which is fine, because that's her clothing line. But at least doll up with it. Do something. I see her promoting her hats, but at least slap some lashes on while you do it. Come on, sis. So some of them are heading to do that. The rest of them are heading towards the give backs or whatever the case may be. So you see Sapphire, Mariah, the new sisters, heading towards was it Punta Cana? Together, whatever the case may be. And they're heading towards the give backs. And I'm interested. They didn't show the give backs this episode, but I know it's going to be some ghetto give back like they did last time, because they did not learn on the last island. But we're going to see how it goes. So you see everybody, getting ready to head towards, the give back areas or whatever the case may be. Now, let me know how you feel about the remainder of the episode, because it wasn't really anything to look forward to as far as that goes, because it was more so of, family affairs and everything of that nature. It was more so, I don't know. But what I did notice is on the way to the give back, who was paired up with who. And that definitely, I feel like now that we've heard DTB's side of the story after, post reunion, it made me open my eyes to setups more. For example, on the boat, Nunu was talking to everybody. It was just like an open forum type thing. On the bus, you see Nunu sitting right next to DTB, and there's no problems. Okay, so it's one of those things where like you can tell that, you know, that exactly what DTB said is exactly what it is, as far as like, I don't really have no problem with these people for real. I'm just, you know, carrying the persona and just doing my big one, and, you know, trying to make my supporters proud. Like, you could see it firsthand in that circumstance, or whatever the case may be, because they were just sitting there. They picked up Asian's all on the ride, or whatever the case may be, and Asian was talking about how she's happy about being a part of the Baddies experience, or whatever the case may be, that she wasn't even there that long, but she loved how they took her in with open arms, whatever the case may be, and she gave Tink Tink her flowers, and she was just like, I love that, I appreciate that, because the one person that I thought I would get my flowers from, you know, wasn't even like checking for me in that sense. And you already know she talked about Meatball, and honestly I feel bad, because like it keeps tearing her up in the process. But at the same token, what I will say is this: her and Jayla are drama queens. Like, drama queens, drama queens, drama queens. But I definitely understand where she's coming from, in a sense of like, imagine coming all the way to this to the islands with your friend, you know, thinking that y'all about to be road dogs, thinking that y'all about to be like taking over the pack, thinking that y'all about to be like, you know, ganging up on the people, you know, sticking together and all that stuff like that. And that's not the case. But I feel like I said, there's some sort of curse, because you probably expected Krishan and her sister to be the same way. You probably expected Rolly and Slim to be the same way. Remember, they came in as 10, and Rolly left is still here standing on the 0, because the 1 ain't there no more. Like, I feel like in every other circumstance that has come over to Baddies, it has never worked out. So like I said before, you can't be coming with friends. You got to come solo dolo and just see, you know, where everything falls, to be honest. Because no you will lose your friend. You will see their true colors. You will, you know, fight over a Baddies chain. You will not be leaving here on the same accord that y'all came. You're gonna be blushing it up. Oh, that's kind of cute. Let me know what you think. So yes, you see the girls in their separate vans, just talking it, recapping, and everything of that nature. But it's still one of those things to me, like I said before, I feel like Mariah doesn't have a real reason to dislike Bianca. I feel like she's just trying to make everyone else dislike Bianca, so that Bianca is not listened to by the time she starts speaking her truth. Does that make sense? Because remember, Bianca definitely had the receipts on Instagram when she was just saying like, oh, well, you the one that told me not to jump into the fight with Asian Doll, and now all of a sudden you acting like I was supposed to jump into the fight with Asian Doll. Like, make it make sense. You told me not to do it. And she came with the receipts, but everybody was still looking at her crazy because of what she did with Sapphire, just because people are loving Sapphire now. And it's just like, I don't know, like, people be so picky choosy. Honestly, Bianca should have made it a talking situation with Sapphire, like sit on the table and just be like, I just feel like you came with my friend wrong, and I'm just trying to, like, I feel like there should have been more dialogue, and had there been dialogue, maybe it would have led to different results. But hey, this is Baddies. She came, she chose to do her big one, and her big one was done. At the end of the day, the day gotta end. Okay? It is what it is. So, like I'm saying before, when it came to even the Tink situation, yeah, and even Bianca and Mariah, I forgot they came in as a duo or whatever the case may be, and the duo was not duoing. All right, but I feel like the Tink and Meatball one is sad. It's just as sad as Krishan and her sister, because at the same token, they knew each other from when they were young. They grew up on the block together. Like, they're not just like these fake friends that just met, you know, at the auditions or whatever the case may be. Like, this is some real life ish. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like they aren't the same, you know, when it comes to some of the other girls. So I can, and you can see the hurt in her eyes, and it sucks because at the same token that you see her hurt or whatever the case may be, it seems like Meatball couldn't give two F's about how she feels about it and how she's taking it, if that makes sense. It's just one of those things where it's just like you crying by yourself. Like, you crying in the Nissan, okay? It don't make no sense. Let me know in the comments if you get what I'm saying when it comes to that, because it's one of those things where it's just like, I really genuinely feel bad for Tink. She's growing on me a little bit. Like, she has a fun personality. She's just trying to, you know, do her big one, and you can tell she's a caring, loving, gentle person or whatever the case may be, and she just wants to see everybody win. So for her to want to see her friend win and want to see everybody win, like, and for her friend to not want the same for her is just like disheartening, and she wasn't feeling it. So that being said, let me know in the comments how you feel that situation is going to play out, because I know they are supposed to fight on the reunion. I've seen some inkling of Meatball versus Tink that had Meatball throwing chairs, and apparently the chair hit Tink in the chest or whatever the case may be. But we gonna see, because if you had to use a weapon, well, we already know she's a weapon user with her over here trying to shank what's her face, J.O. And it's one of those things where, like, she already, you know, has proven that she is not going to fight fair. But it's just one of those things where it's just like, you really threw a chair at this girl? Like, you out. And then the way the Guardians be breaking up fights, you really let Tink get hit by this chair? Like, y'all let that happen? Like, who was supposed to be on duty by Tink's side of the stage? What's happening? What's really good? So that didn't make any sense. So then we pan out to Biggie, Anna, Tasiki, and Meatball. Speaking of Meatball, now we finally find out why Biggie and Meatball are at odds at the beginning of the episode. So apparently they were fighting over shrimp. Apparently, I think either Meatball had some shrimp on her plate that she didn't want to give to Biggie, or whatever the case may be, and Biggie was hungry. So Biggie probably said something disrespectful in regards to whatever the case may be, and Meatball was not having it. Meatball said, I don't want to meet your raggedy ass family, because you came at me crazy about some shrimp. So these two BBWs literally going back and forth about shrimp. When I tell you, you can tell these ladies are not eating in this house. Like, there should be no reason why them big old refrigerators that y'all be dealing with in these big old Airbnbs are not packed with the finest of foods. Like, where are the private chefs? Like, why are y'all not living the life of luxury when y'all are there in these places? Like, I don't understand. I went all the way to the Dominican Republic to be eating chips and drinking Casamigos every day and arguing with girls, because this is not the first time. Because didn't J.O. hold on, I could have sworn this argument between J.O. and Meatball that led to her getting the shank together was about hot fries or something like that. Like, why? And then remember, Natalie tried to fight what you call it? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Scotty. Natalie tried to fight Scotty over her food coming out first at the restaurant. Like, y'all are too hangry for my liking. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, the hanger is wild. Okay, I've never seen it before in my life. What's going on? Should I leave my hair up? It's giving I'm gonna leave my hair up. So that being said, we pan back over to Biggie and her family. So Meatball does not join them because she was not feeling the shrimp of it all. And so it's just Anna and Tasiki that ends up meeting her family. So her grandma's there. Biggie looks just like her mama. Her aunties are there. I think one of her cousins are there, whatever the case may be. And they're just like understanding where Biggie come from, her culture, you know, her loving side, you know, all that good stuff. And we get to see a little bit of La Biggie and, you know, where she comes from and all that stuff, and how her mom talked about, you know, the sacrifices that she made to make sure that she's good, you know, getting her to the United States, Connecticut. And, you know, it was cute. It was cute. I was practicing, you know, my Spanish, listening to them bochinchando, you know, there wasn't politicking, but you know what I mean. And yeah, that's honestly, that was the episode, end of the episode, to be honest. So let me know as a whole how you felt about the episode. Let me know as a whole how you felt about, you know, oh, and they gave Tasiki and Anna gifts or whatever. Her, I want to say, was it her aunt? It was her grandma, I think, that made them skirts or whatever the case may be. So let me know as a whole how you felt about that scene and how you felt about her getting to see her soft side, getting to see, you know, her roots or whatever the case may be. I just feel like it's real interesting how, hold on. 1 second they good, and then the next second Anna and Biggie arguing. Like, I feel like you just met my mama. You just met my auntie. My grandma, my abuelita just sewed you together a skirt. Like, the trust issues I would have if I were to ever, like, I never would, but if I were to, in my past life, have ever auditioned for a Baddies, you know, like, I can't do it. I wouldn't have been able to do it. They better than me. Either or, that is more so for our next episode. So the episode starts off with them doing the giveaway or whatever. And just like I said before, it looked like some hot ghetto-ish. Okay, all I see is money and security guards trying to, like, keep them from getting trampled. And it's one of those things where it's just like, I'm gonna need y'all to get a foundation and go city hopping and just giving to said foundations, or visiting the mayor of whatever city y'all in, or the president, the governor, whatever, depending on where y'all at. But it was giving y'all really trying to get these people cased up. It was giving y'all trying to see them fight like y'all do in the mansion or whatever. But it's I think Nunu and Anna are about to have a little head-to-head moment or whatever the case may be. I think Tinkerbella and Callie are about to have a moment or whatever the case may be. I think Tink is about to have a moment with Meatball, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be some sort of a roundtable discussion. It's giving, hopefully this is the last episode, gearing up towards, you know, I might be wrong though. Only reason why I feel like the next episode is the last episode is because this is episode 19 we're talking about right now. And it is episode 20 that's coming up. And last season, and I think the season before that, was 20 episodes. So hopefully we're not wrong. Hopefully it's 20 episodes, and hopefully, you know, it is what it is. But let me know in the comments how you feel about this episode as a whole. Scale of 1 to 10, this episode was... It was a 4. It was a 4. Like last week was a 5, but last week was a 5 on the sense of half of the episode I was entertained, the other half I wasn't. This one was a 4 because less than half of the episode I was entertained. Like Bianca was the star of the beginning of the episode, and all she did was walk to the SUV. For the second half of the episode, it was meant to be Biggie's moment, but like before halftime, kind of, sort of, I was still like laughing at Mariah Lynn because of what Rolly said. So I feel like the most valuable baddie in this episode was low key between Bianca and Rolly, because Rolly really had Mariah Lynn feeling some type of way about her feeling that she got her butt handed to her. And it's just like, dang, like, my opinion really got you, like, gagged like that. Like, it was crazy to me. It was hilarious. And I feel like Rolly has definitely manipulated her way into, like, knowing how to poke holes in Mariah Lynn's self-esteem, and she just watch her, you know, fall into shambles, and it's just like, listen, I just said what I said. That's how she feels, and that's her business. And I feel like that's just what it is, and it's super duper funny to me. And I feel like I like Rolly more this season, and I feel like it's more so because she's on injured reserve. She's more so on her classy reads. She's more so on her just talking ish, and that's just what it is. And I love it for her. I'm not gonna hold you. I do love it for her. I love the fact that she was able to make up with Anna Mac, make up with Biggie. Now, you know, they're on better terms all around as far as her house B card or whatever the case may be. I feel like, yeah, like I'm just feeling her this season. And as far as Bianca, she took the whole beginning of the episode. Because she had, like, nobody was even on the boat. Like, y'all, she really gagged y'all thinking that y'all was going to be having the time of y'all lives on the boat since last episode. And y'all really couldn't even get on the boat because y'all was waiting on me. And I ain't even get on the boat. So it's like she wasted all their episode, their afternoon for 10 minutes of fighting. She wasted their whole afternoon. All right, so she got that beginning part. But honestly, as it's winding down, these past couple episodes have not been giving everything that they're supposed to give. Only because I feel like because they are kind of sort of ruining for us by telling us what's happening on the upcoming episodes and the reunion. And we've already seen everything that we had to see per DTV or whatever the case may be. And, you know, everybody else, you know, talking their ish on Instagram Live and Bigo Live and all that stuff like that. Let me know in the comments how you feel about that, because it's one of those things where, like, I miss how on Love and Hip Hop, they'll let the entire season play out, and episode by episode, as we're watching it together, they're giving their tea. Like, why are you spilling tea for 3 episodes in the future now? Because remember when Kiva was on the internet, like, just popping her gums, and I was so confused, like, why do you have so much to say and we don't even know who you are? By the time it played out, like, I can understand why she was as upset as she was, but then at the same token, it's one of those things where, like, you could have let that play out. You could have let that play out. You could have at least let us see it before you jump the gun in telling us the situation, because what? Because it's still people that love Automatic. It's still people that still don't know who you are. You still probably not coming back next season. And for what? I don't know. Let me know in the comments how you feel about it. As far as, you know, the girls, the ladies, spoiling the episodes before we get to see them play out. Because to me, it's just, it doesn't leave much to surprise. It doesn't give us an opportunity to, you know, like, it would have been different if they just said, you know, breaking news, DTB went to the hospital, whatever the case may be, after the filming of the whatever, but they not tell us why, and we just, like, sitting here trying to figure out what the situation is, whatever the case may be. But they flat out told us, like, it was 2 rounds, it was 7 minutes each. Beat, bop, boom. As soon as DTB come out, DTB live studio audience, Tasiki stands up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So it's one of those things where, like, I already know. I wasn't even there, and I already know, like, the full breakdown of it. So it's like they're not leaving anything to the mystery. Like, you might as well just turn off your Zeus membership and just go on with life. And you already know what's gonna go down. You know what I'm saying? And a part of me doesn't even know if I'm ready to see it happen because of the extent of the damage that I know was done per DTV. Not per DTV, but per Tasiki on DTV. Okay. So let me know in the comments how you feel about that, because it's still one of those things where it's just like, I don't know. But I feel like I'll have more to say about that when the episode actually airs. So let me know in the comments how you feel about this episode 20. We're gearing down finally. Did I say episode 20? Episode 19. We're gearing down towards the last episode. Hopefully this next episode is the last episode. If there's episode 21, I swear, like, no. Hopefully this next episode is the last episode. We will see for sure. And we already know the trailer for Jocelyn's Cabaret Texas is out. So I can't wait to see the first episode. We will be covering the first episode right here on PYT TV. I will be covering season 2 of Bel Air soon. All right, be on the lookout for that. You already know the vibe. So I'm super duper excited for all of these shows that we have to come. I'm super duper excited for Jocelyn's Cabaret. Oh, shoot! Power. We have to catch Power. This is the last season, okay? Episode 6. It is September. You already know the blood clot vibe. We are covering Power. All right? So get into it. Thank y'all so much for being here, watching me beat my face. Nothing too crazy. Just a little, under the sea vibes. All right? And y'all, please do me a favor. Hit me in the comments. Let me know who your most valuable baddie is. Let me know what you rate the episode on a scale of 1 to 10. I gave it a 4. Respectfully. Let me know what other shows that we are going to cover. Let me know how you feel about DTV saying that she's going into reality TV retirement when it comes to the Ratchet shows. Let me know how, whether or not you feel like, my choices for most valuable baddie are your most valuable baddies. If not, who are your most valuable baddies and why? Let me know if you were Bianca. Do you feel like you would have, did the season the way that you did the season, her first and probably last season of Baddies? Let me know how you feel about the season as a whole. Let me know how many episodes you feel like there are left. Let me know. And don't forget to hit that subscribe. Don't forget to hit the comments. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications. And don't forget to tune in to the next episode of Miss Pretty Young Things Respectfully, okay? You already know the vibe, y'all. We are getting closer to my goal of 1,000 subscribers, and I am not stopping till we get there, okay? Okay. But once again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and thank you so much for watching PYT TV.